conversation with the patriarch of the Bajaj Group, Rahul Bajaj. His net worth runs into billions, but what's more rich is his vision and integrity, not only as a businessman, but also as a philanthropist and a man in public service. Thank you so much, Mr. Bajaj. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Nice to be with NDTV Profit, especially with you, Devna.
So, you have secured a place for the Bajaj Group in the top 10 corporate houses in the country, not only when you started, but today, so many years later. How have you remained so relevant? How did you have the vision to make Bajaj so relevant even today?
In any group or a family, it becomes a complicated matter, and it's difficult to explain that or answer the question in brief. But first of all, we are 5 brothers, of which 4 are still together in business. One business file only, otherwise we are together. Business file is separate. And so the credit goes to not one brother, but all, say now 4 of us. But I think much more credit goes to the legacy we have inherited. And from our grandfather, the late Jamnalalji Bajaj, who was deemed the 5th son by Mahatma Gandhi, and my father, Kamal N.G., who was a 3-term member of parliament, and Ramkrishnji, my uncle, Chacha. And the legacy they left, the grandfather left, there's no financial wealth left. There were 1 or 2 small Ramke Vaste companies, but the legacy of goodwill that he left was worth much more than billions.
And clearly you were gifted with quite the business acumen.
It's not for me to say yes or no to that, like you are saying that, but for others to judge. No, and the other contrast became, my father was an exceptional person, but he never looked after day-to-day business. He was a member of parliament, he was traveling all the time, he was just chairman, completely non-executive chairman. And we were in the top 10, 15, whatever it is, throughout the last 23 years. But if you take, it applies to others also, I guess, the market cap of the group, then when forget my grandfather, there was no market cap. But when my father died, it was probably nothing. And today, if you take only the Pune group, Bajaj Auto, Bajaj Finserv, Bajaj Holding, and the insurance companies, then insurance companies are not quoted. But so I'm not taking that into account, except the indirectly which it has come, but not directly. It will be much higher, completely discounted. But in spite of that, it's about 80,000 crores today. The market cap, almost $16 billion. So yes, it's grown very well, and I'm not being old-fashioned or modest, but God has been great. We have been very lucky. I say that is due to the legacy. And then we wanted to grow, we wanted volume. Saying Bajaj Auto was the flagship company.
You're also very well educated.
Oh yeah, that all of us are. I did my
and that's obviously come in use.
In economics, and I did my law, and I did my MBA at Harvard Business School. But all the other 4 brothers also are MBAs from different schools. But while education is important, it's, one could say, almost a prerequisite, but it's by no means enough. And the best examples are the 3 top industrialists India has had: J.R.D. Tata, G.D. Birla, and Dhirubhai Ambani. Which MBA or BBA or anything else they did. So while education is important, I think it's what's in you. Now, what's in you is a long discussion. And not only that, books have been written. Is it the genes? Is it the DNA? Is it the upbringing? Apart from the education. Education is important.
So when you say you inherited a legacy, so you inherited a legacy of integrity, of being a fighter for what you believe in. But you did not inherit necessarily a business vision and acumen, which then you went on to display.
One doesn't know.
And you succeeded during the license Raj as well.
You didn't pay a penny to anybody.
The company
still grew.
Right. The company also went almost belly up in 2001, whereas you put in, right after that, a great R&D unit, a plant, a new product, which then went on to become a hit.
I'll only add to that, the legacy, that was an obligation almost. The ethical way of doing things, the moral way of doing things. The legacy I was referring to is just essentially one word: goodwill. Right. Now, nobody paid you money for that. Nobody bought a motorcycle for that. But I think it had invaluable benefits, including the pressure not to give corruption, to pay your taxes. We are not saints. I'm not Jamnalalji. But don't let it at least go down, the reputation, if you can't build it up. And the 2001 was nothing to do with, that one had nothing to do with liberalization, that started in 91. It was the scooter market changed to motorcycle market, and two things. People say, what will happen, what is happening? But in the entire auto industry, not only the two-wheeler industry, after-tax net profit was 200 crores, better than any other company. Let's keep that in the mind. I said, in my chairman's statement, people were shocked. This is a disaster year for the company. Well, I wanted to push people. I said, nobody else said that. And the credit then for that goes to my elder son, Rajiv. No, not me. He turned around the company from scooters to motorcycles over a period of a couple of years. He had joined the company in 1990. But from 2000, he started taking the major decisions because I started delegating.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news in your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.